When we woke up, we found out the government filed this letter regarding jury instructions. And remember, to prove racketeering conspiracy, the government needs to prove at least two underlying predicate crimes, essentially. There's arson, there's forced labor, there's kidnapping, there's bribery, there's witness tampering, all to support this idea of there was a criminal enterprise and that Combs and others engaged in a pattern of racketeering activity, a pattern of illegal activity. But then we get this letter from the government, and it says, quote, the government has removed instructions from the charge related to attempted kidnapping under both California and New York law, attempted arson under California law, and aiding and abetting sex trafficking. The government is no longer planning to proceed on these theories of liability, so instructions are no longer necessary. So people might be thinking, oh my gosh, they dropped those underlying crimes, right? Problem is, if you go to the indictment, the latest indictment, for kidnapping and arson, it specifically lays out multiple theories under state law. So there's the actual crimes themselves. It's kidnapping and arson, but there's also conspiracy to commit arson, kidnapping. There's aiding and abetting kidnapping and arson. There's attempted kidnapping and arson. So my initial thought is maybe they're not getting rid of arson and kidnapping as a whole, but only those specific theories, meaning we're arguing Combs engaged in conspiracy to commit arson, but not attempted arson. And remember, this all relates to the testimony of Kid Cudi, Capricorn Clark, Cassie Ventura. That's what we talk about with kidnapping and arson. So, Elizabeth, did you hear anything today in court to provide any kind of clarity on whether arson or kidnapping are still part of this case?
Yeah, I was expecting to hear just something along the lines of that. And, you know, with the government and the defense going just so fast in their arguments, I was really thinking, oh my God, did I miss them talking about this? But I don't think they even really touched upon this issue when court began finally at 3:45 today, because initially it was going to start at 12, then it was going to start at 2, then it was going to start at 3. Then the defense needed a little more time to read some things through. So then it started at 3:45. And so just as far as, you know, because a lot of people have been like, oh my God, charges are dropped. Oh my God, this case is over. The government, like, it wasn't any of that. Because to your point, Jesse, the government said in their letter it was only applying to attempted kidnapping under California and New York law, attempted arson under California law, and aiding and abetting sex trafficking. But as far as just a big moment, as far as them going into maybe more layman's terms on just what this all meant, they didn't go into that, and it was kind of disappointing.